I was studying exercise science, and like I really sat down and thought to myself, is the only reason I'm here because of playing football?
Wow.
And like I didn't want that to be it.
Yeah.
And like I really thought, like, what do I want to do when I get older? And like I thought, like, okay, like I don't think I want to do anything in this field. Why am I studying this major? You know what I mean? Like I can get a degree of what I want to do somewhere else for a lot cheaper, and while I'm doing that, I could work full time and make money. So I was like, okay, like I think I'm gonna choose that second option.
Yeah.
So I had a good time.
Wow, but it seems like from high school to college, things really started to. I guess you're really starting to think about your future.
Yeah,
right?
like because high school, I was just like, oh yeah, go with the flow.
Yeah.
Like high school, you didn't have to.
Life was simple. Life was simple.
Yeah.
You go to class from 7:30 to 2:30. Whatever you do, sports, activities. Hang out with your friends, all that, and life is just simple. Yeah. And I would say I'm on a similar boat as you, where you get to college and you're like, bro, what am I going to do with my life?
Yeah.
Because you realize that you could do anything, right? Like there's really no limit on what path you want to go down, and there's no wrong answer. See, that's the hard part, is that there's no right or wrong answer, right? It's really what's best for you.
Yeah.
And I think even you were talking about like going to college purely for football. I think that's something that college athletes really struggle with, because they go.
It's an identity crisis.
It's an identity thing where they play a sport for 4 years, but this is the thing, it's 4 years, it's not that long. And then they get out and they're like, what do I do?
Yeah, like, what do I do with this piece of paper?
This was my life. This was my life, and now that's just not it anymore.
Yep.
And, I think it could be a struggle for people.
Oh, definitely.
And I can even say for myself, I'm still not sure where exactly I want to go, but at least I have the thought in my mind, and I'm thinking.
Yeah,
right?
A lot of people aren't. So you're pretty ahead of a lot of people.
I think the most important thing you can do is just try different things. Try to experience as different things possible. Because if you don't try things, how are you going to know?
Exactly. And Bill, the biggest, if I could like give advice to someone like who is going away to college or even like end that time age, it's like make connections.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Make connections, like build that like social web, because you never know in the future like what's gonna come down. You know what I mean? So like build connections, definitely.
Yeah, because you're right. You really just never know where things are going.
You never know what you're gonna be doing. You never know what your best friend's gonna be doing. You never know like your career and someone like you work with could be in the same career. Like they could potentially get you a job. Like that happened with one of my good friends. And like that's why like it's so important to like build your contacts, like build your connections.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
absolutely
awesome.
So now you go to Morrisville, right? You're doing your thing.
Yeah.
Playing football, right? How was that? Good?
Yeah, it was good,
It had to be a little awkward, right? Like joining the team midway, right?
One thing I will say, I met so many great people.
Really?
So many great people, like I was in a Bible study.
Really?
I was in FCA.
Interesting.
Wow. Faithful Christian Athletes.
Wow.
How
was that?
Oh, it was awesome. It was awesome.
Yeah.
Like we would have a theme, like bringing verses for it, and we met every Thursday, Sunday.
Interesting.
And then FCA was Friday, so 3 times a week.
It's funny you say, because I'm actually part of a Bible study myself.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Around here?
Yeah. Well, I go to Delphi, so
they
have a Bible study there. So.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. I mean, we might as well get into that, right? I know in your bio you have you have a verse, right?
Yeah.
What is it?
It's just
from
like,
Isaiah, right?
Yeah, Isaiah. Like I feel like the Bible is so powerful because people don't think too much about like afterlife. Like, you know what I mean? Like, we're not gonna be here forever.
Yeah.
And like, no one wants to think about, okay, like, what happens when I die? what happened? Like, no one really thinks about that. So like, I feel like it's important to like get your mind, get your spirit right while you're here.
Absolutely.
You know, so you can live eternally.
Yeah.
You know, so it's just like powerful for me. I'm pretty young into it. You know what I mean? At Utica, I great guy, Matt Bradley. Like, I went to a Bible study and joined like SCA, and like he started like teaching me, like not teaching me, but like he kind of introduced
just showing
me.
It to you.
He never like pushed on me or stuff. But like I started like get back into it. You know, I went to Catholic school, but like Catholic school is kind of like, okay, like this is the basics.
Yeah.
Like this is,
I feel like even then you're kind of forced to do it, right? You go to the class. You don't have a choice. It's not like they're giving you the option.
It's like, oh, we gotta go to church.
Yeah,
like I'm gonna make it look like I'm not sleeping.
There you go. Right? But this is the first time where you really have the opportunity to do it for yourself. Nobody's forcing you.
No one.
Right?
No one. So I just, you know, I did it. I did it all. And I just started like trying to like learn everything. You know what I mean?
Of course, there's a lot.
There is a lot. I think like one of like best things you could do like is if you don't understand something, just go in, like bring a notebook and like don't say a word and just try to pick up everything you can.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like I wasn't talking a lot. I wasn't trying to butt in my 2 cents. I was just like picking up like, okay, what are these concepts? What are these ideas and stuff? And then that's what. So he brought me to a church.
Really?
He brought me to a church up there near him. And then I got that church. People are amazing. They gave me a Bible.
Yeah.
And that's what I've been reading out of.
Wow.
Yeah, but I'll read something to you.
Yeah, go for it.
But when did you start getting into?
I would say over the summer, right after high school.
Mm-hmm.
It kind of, it was kind of like a time where there wasn't, I guess, a ton going on, right? So it really got me thinking, and and for the first time, I'm like, wow, what does the future hold? You know, and even like what you said with the afterlife, like what's gonna happen when we die?
That is scary.
Because think about it, right? How old? You're 18, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm 19. I mean that flew by.
Yeah.
That flew by, and I can see how somebody can get old, or even then, we're not guaranteed anything, man. I mean, we're not guaranteed next year.
No,
you're
not guaranteed like a minute.
That's what I mean.
You know what I mean?
So you can't take it for granted, and it's just you wonder like, is this really it? Like, is there more? Is there something more?
Yeah, is there more to life?
And I'm like, I hope there is, and I'm like, you know what? I have to search for it. I have to see, man. I have to see what's out there. Obviously, I was raised Catholic.
Mm-hmm.
So I just wanted to dive in there and just more of a curiosity thing. Hey, like what's up with this? And then, I went to the Bible study, right? And at first I was a little hesitant, right? I don't really know that much about it.
Mm-hmm.
But after meeting the people, I mean, they were so welcoming and joyful. I'm like, bro, there's something going on, right? I feel something, and I'm like, I have to keep going. And then before you know it, you just kind of keep going, and you just become part of it.
Start like that. That's the great thing. Like, you can always learn something.
Absolutely.
Like, there's so much. Like, I read something. Like, it was, if you read like 20 pages of the Bible like every day in like 5 years, you would have read it like 5 times over.
Yeah.
Or something. And like, you can never be like too well versed.
Absolutely.
I mean? Like, I'm not very well versed. Like, I need my reading glasses to read the Bible I have.
Yeah.
Like, but it's just always something to learn.
Absolutely.
It's awesome. It's awesome. But the quote I have.
Yeah, let me hear this.
And I heard the voice of the Lord saying, "Whom shall I send, and who will go for us?" Then I said, "Here I am, send me." And he said, Go and say to this people, keep on hearing, but do not understand. Keep on seeing, but do not perceive. Make the heart of this people dull, and their ears heavy, and blind their eyes, lest they see with their eyes, and hear with their ears, and understand with their hearts, and turn and be healed. Then I said, how long, O Lord? And he said, until cities lie waste without inhabitant, and houses without people, and the land is a desolate waste, and the Lord removes people far away. You know, it's just like powerful for me. The real verse I had in it was keep on hearing but do not understand, keep on seeing but do not perceive.
So what does that mean to you?
What it means to me is like just always like, so I feel like so often we're so quick to try to be like, okay, like rush everything. Like, what does this mean? Like, why is this God? Why is this happening to me? Why is this happening to me?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But like, it's just a reminder. Like, He has a plan. You know what I mean?
That there's a purpose.
There's a reason for everything.
Yeah.
That's something I believe in too. Like, everything happens for a reason.
Yeah.
You know, so like,
even if you don't know what that reason is, and I think that can be frustrating for a lot of people because things happen and maybe it's just outright bad. Like, there's really, in your mind, you can't justify why that's happening.
Yeah.
But there is a reason.
Yeah.
Just sometimes you might not be able to comprehend it.
Keep on seeing, but do not perceive.
Yeah.
It's like, because so many, I'm always one to try to like understand everything. Like, I want to try to like wrap my head around like everything that goes on, but like, it for me, it's like, okay, like, I don't have to understand that, like, trust God. That's like the main focus, I feel like.
Absolutely. I think it's so hard.
It is.
Because sometimes it's just hard to trust and say, you know what, I am doing the right thing and I'm on the right path, even if I don't think I am.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and it's just, I think it's difficult for people.
Definitely, but super powerful.
Agreed, though. If you can really put your trust in God, I think it just helps so much with just everything.
Every little thing, like life is like limitless, and life is endless. Like, you'll be alive eternally.
And that's powerful.
It's so powerful.
It's almost like you think of this as just a glimpse of the future. Like, this life is it's temporary. It's not meant to be forever.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost a test, right? Just to test our faith and see, you know, whether we go to, heaven or hell, right?
Mm-hmm.
And when you think about life like that, it really changes your perspective.
It does for sure. But all you have to do is like believe. That's all Jesus ever asks is just believe in me, trust in me.
Yeah.
You know, like, and I feel like people think like, oh, I'm too bad to like get into faith. Like, they'll never accept me. Like, you want to know something crazy? Like, Hitler could be in heaven.
I mean,
as messed up as that is.
Yeah, I mean,
it's like you.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Like, if at the end of the day, like, according to the scripture, like, if he believes and he truly repents of his sins, like, you can go to heaven.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think sometimes people feel like they're almost not good enough, right?
Yeah.
Like, even going to church, you feel like, you know what, I sin, and you know what, I'm just not. I don't belong there.
And that was a total radical example. But I'm just saying, like, some people are like, oh, I curse a lot. Oh, like some older people like, oh, I'm alcoholic. Like, yeah. And it's just like little things that, but like to God, every sin is equal.
Yeah.
No sin.
Like, we're all sinners.
Yeah. No. But it's great. No sin weighs more than another. So like someone just saying like, oh my, it is equal in God's terms to like some completely like diabolical.
Yeah.
So it's like just have faith in him. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Yeah. And I think even with the sins, right? I mean, I'm not saying like it's, don't be like, yeah, I believe in God, but then do all these sins.
No, because then you don't.
Then
you're just lying. You're just lying.
Then you are, right? But I think it comes with time. It's not it's like an instant fix. Like, I believe in God. Now I'm just gonna completely change my life around.
Yeah.
It's not like, let's just say, dropping F-bombs, right? Yeah. Like, you're not just gonna. It's a habit, right? If you've been doing it for years and years, you're not just gonna be able to overnight change it. It's gonna take time, but it's a process.
Yep.
And I think God wants it to be a process.
Yeah. Like, just think about it. You never get in the shower totally clean.
Exactly.
You get in the shower dirty, and over time it cleans you. That's how faith is.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Well, I have to say, I didn't. Interesting.
Yeah, I'm still young into it. Like.
Yeah. Wow. But that's great that you joined a Bible study. I mean, that's awesome. I'm happy to hear that.
Yeah, man, it's gonna be cool. But like, what's the structure of the Bible study up near you?
Usually it's just like we'll have the Bible, right, and there'll be like question, like prompts, right, and they'll ask a question, we'll look at a verse, and then we'll pretty much just talk about it.
Oh, okay.
And then maybe for like a half an hour, and then go to another one, and then just keep going for a couple hours. How about you? How did they usually do it?
It was like, so we would have like a theme, like I'm just trying to think of one off the top of my head, like teamwork.
Okay.
Find like a verse on it, see how it correlates, like what it means to you.
Mm-hmm.
Another one's like love and compassion. And then like we would read like some books like John.
Okay.
Which is a lot.
Yeah, right.
And then like everyone would get a chapter. Then we'd read it, like say what you highlighted and stuff. So.
Gotcha. Now is that just with athletes or is everyone, right?
No, that's everyone, but there's only like, let's say like 5 regulars that would show up.
Really?
6, yeah.
Okay.
But then like occasionally like someone would come and then not show up the next one.
Yeah. Like the floaters, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I'm definitely glad I got into it.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that just keeps building over time.
Yeah,
so
and you meet some great people.
I have to say, for me, I was almost a little bit like hesitant because I'm like, something's up with this. These people are almost too.
Yeah, like why are you so nice?
Yeah, why are you so nice?
Yeah.
Like, why is everyone just so joyful? Like something's up. And then I go there the second time, and I'm like, the third time, I'm like, bro, these people really are the way they are. I thought maybe they were like that because I was like putting on an act. They just wanted me to keep showing up, but they really are what they say they are. And I was like, this is unbelievable. Like God has to be real, right? Because even when you look at everyday things, I mean, the sun comes out, the oceans, just everything, just even the way we're developed, right? The way we can think. I mean, that can't just. I feel like that just can't. It's not coincidental, right? Because everything is just so perfect. Like everything is so catered to us, catered to humans. I mean,
it's like faith is so powerful. I can't believe some people like don't believe in it.
Yeah.
Obviously, to each their own.
Yeah, of course.
But dude, it's just like I feel like so many signs in life point to like, okay, like Jesus was alive.
Yeah.
You know?
Was there anything for you that was like you had like an epiphanal moment, or was it more like what you were saying with that guy who just brought you one time and that's what started it? Or was there something manifesting in you beforehand?
There is like I told you, like I always want to know like why is this happening? I want to feel like I can understand everything.
Yeah.
You know, and then like so I got into my faith, and then that's what I'm like, can't understand everything.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Yeah.
I'd say that, and also like just want to know like why is this happening in my life? You know what I mean? Why is this happening in my life? Like, and then I got into faith, and now everything makes sense, and like I'm at peace.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's awesome.